Back here in Tempe, Braiden Bell again joined by Athletic Director Graham Rossini. It's Sun Devil Extra presented by Spring Hill Suites, Phoenix, Scottsdale, and we continue to talk the magical season that was for Arizona State football. And Graham, the good news did not stop after the season ended. In fact, the day before the Peach Bowl, good news for Sun Devil fans. Kenny Dillingham locked up on an extension, and then a few weeks ago, Brian Ward and Marcus Arroyo as well. So both coordinators and the head coach staying here in Tempe long term. I know that was a concern for some Sun Devil fans with that success, but you guys got it done. They're staying here in Tempe for a while, and I know that's something that will just further to continue to activate the Valley and this program as a whole.
Well, I think continuity is important in an environment where you're starting to have success, and give Coach a lot of credit early in the season. We're in constant conversation, but early on Monday mornings we'll get together and just kind of talk about more of the macro program ideas or issues or opportunities. And early on in the season he said, I think we need to get in front of retaining the coordinators and make sure that we have that in place, because we're starting to have some success. And at some point, when you start to read other programs maybe not having the type of season that they were expected to, knowing that there could be turnover at a coordinator level or even a head coaching level, just was important that we got to the midpoint of the season and knowing that we've got our coordinators in a good spot. And so, again, the success that we're having early in the season, the contributions from the fan base, buying tickets, some great corporate partnerships that we were able to land, and creating some resources that allowed us to immediately reinvest into retaining the coordinators. That was always a high priority, and so I'm glad that we were able to do that. The conversation with Coach then shifted to, hey, let's get ready for the portal. Let's make sure that we're in a position to start retaining the great talent on the roster. And then at some point we said, hey, Kenny, you're doing an incredible job. We want to make sure that we can be mindful of your own situation. And he never wanted to prioritize that. He always wanted to prioritize the coaching staff and the roster, but the season kept progressing to the point of we've got to reward the job that he's doing as the leader of the football program, and more importantly, find some creative ways to create longevity and additional program resources that allow them to be relevant in a national conversation. And so I'm happy that we were able to get all those things across the finish line before the start of the Peach Bowl. We've since renewed a number of our assistant coaches. Yep. There's a couple that are going to have opportunities to go for a promotion at other universities and programs. We would obviously want to support that. Yeah. But the bones of the coaching staff and the support staff are coming back, and that's really important. When you have success, and they've been building this kind of soup, so to speak, and tweaking some ingredients, and now we've got the right people in place to lead this program at a high level. They're respected in the sport. They've got the respect of the roster. Guys are getting better under their coaching, most importantly, and they're just tremendous leaders. So that was a really big priority then. It was fun to share the news New Year's Eve in front of the fan base that Coach has been extended. It's a model that could give him up to a decade on this particular version of, as the program has success, it unlocks additional years. And that's really important. It's important that we've got somebody who wants ASU to be where his best coaching happens. And when you get that, we've got to hang on to that. We've got to support it and nurture it and resource Coach and our program in a way that allows them to be relevant in every conversation. Hiring and retaining the best coaches possible, identifying and recruiting the best athletes in the nation, and then now in this iteration, retaining them, and make sure that all systems are going on football having success. Football having success illuminates everything good that's happening at ASU. And just again, when 17 million people are watching Sun Devil football on a national stage, they're learning about the university. They're learning about the incredible impact that ASU is having in all aspects of higher education and society and culture, and then also putting an incredible spotlight on the place that we live. We're looking outside. It's probably 70 degrees right now. Yeah. Can't think of a better place in the country that you want to be. And when football and our athletic programs are such a great tool and conduit for that awareness, that's an incredible thing. And so, but most importantly, right coach, right university at the right time. And I'm just proud that Coach is a Sun Devil. I'm proud that we've got a pathway to keep him here as long as possible. And hopefully this is just the beginning.
You just said it best, right person, or right people, I guess you would say, right place, and then right time. Yep. And it does seem like, and I know you've talked about this as well in other interviews, but, this university's buying in, and they've always been bought in, but wanting to elevate, to continue to elevate the football program, the athletic department, everything like that. It does seem like it really is. The momentum's just going to continue to swell and swell and swell as time goes on.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And I want to give Dr. Crow and the leadership of ASU a lot of credit for understanding the importance of retaining a great football coach like Coach Dillingham, and making sure that we're proactive in these opportunities, and that we're mindful of, hey, as athletics is starting to have the kind of success that we've seen this year, the tool that it is for broadening the university. We had a leadership meeting this morning, and Dr. Crow pointed out to the group of ASU leadership of, hey, here's 6 logos on a screen. And it was Texas, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, ASU, and Notre Dame. And he said, what do these have in common? Yes, we're CFP schools, and it's fun to be included in that conversation. Right. But we're also members of the AAU, the American Association of Universities, which is the most prestigious cohort for us to be in as a research university. And so it's just nice that the athletics platform can bring awareness to the other work that's happening across the university. That's really important. And we have alignment from all levels of ASU. The challenge and the objective that we were given was have the kind of success that the rest of the university is having. And when that happens, you'll be resourced, you'll be supported, and we're starting to see that alignment really bear some productive fruit. So just excited on what we can continue to do together.
Retention with the coaching staff was obviously big, but then your attention in this era, of course, goes to retention of the roster. And that's already been something that's been talked about a lot as well. 50-plus returners have already said so. We already talked about Sam, we talked about Jordan, Xavier Alford, Keith Abney. Guys on the defensive side of the ball certainly have pledged their commitment to remain Sun Devils. I guess take me through behind the scenes a little bit where fans don't get to see. I know Sun Angel, the collective has worked really hard in terms of boosting those numbers up, but it's really impressive when you see 50-plus returners on a team that just went to the college football playoff, decide to come back to this program. It says a lot about the coaching staff, says a lot about the community, but also the strides you guys have made in that area as well.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of factors, and it's most importantly, first and foremost, a credit to the culture that's being built in Sun Devil football, and that more than anything else, that these guys understand that they're getting better. They're getting better as young men, not just as football players, as students, as teammates, as community leaders, and they're reaping the benefit of that because they are coming in this environment and they're getting incredible coaching, incredible support, incredible resources in all aspects of their experience. That's going to be our secret weapon moving forward, is that we're resourcing them as an entire human being, not just as a football player, not just with respect to NIL. Those are important attributes of it, but we're missing the bigger purpose of college sports if we're only focused on competing financially for talent and selling out on behalf of NIL. NIL is a tool, but we also have so many other tools that we can utilize at a place like ASU. And again, I've said it a lot this fall, and I believe it in my core. There's never been a better time to be a major public research university in a major metropolitan area because you need access to people. Mm-hmm. You need access to scale, to fan base, to a community of support, to decision makers, to community leaders, to companies both big and small, and we have that. And I'm really proud of our elevation in NIL. The Sun Angel Collective, again, sunangels.org is the great website, but a group of people that have really helped us build out this infrastructure where as the profile of athletics and specifically football continues to grow, people are understanding, yes, I want Cam Scatterbu representing my company. I want Sam Levitt to be a part of my marketing message because they've got such great awareness. They're such tremendous young people. Scat graduated in between the Big 12 game and the Peach Bowl. Why would you not want a Heisman finalist who's also a college graduate playing a sport and completing his education at the highest level, representing your business, your product, or your service? And so I think it's a combination of these factors that led to basically all the Too Deep and certainly the leadership of this program deciding to come back and know that our coaching staff is stable, this fan base is bought in, this university is activated because of football, and they know they're going to get better, and they know that they're going to have a chance to compete at a high level once again. And so combination of factors, but again, I'm just proud of our growth in NIL. I'm proud of the alignment that we're seeing across the university. I'm so proud of the coaches and the leadership within our football program, and I think all those are incredible contributing factors to the decision for now where every roster can effectively be free agents every single year, that they're deciding we're better when we're Sun Devils. We're better when we're together, and we're better when we're here. And so it was exciting to see that take place over the past couple of days.
A few more things on the laundry list before we let you go, Graham, but I think it's safe to say that the Devils won't be picked to finish 16th in the Big 12 next year. I would venture to bet that will not be the case. Although it didn't really matter this year at all, so pick them 16th again, media.
We'll find.
It doesn't matter.
Rank us last.
Sure, that's kind of fun.
Hey, call public service announcement. We like the chip on our shoulder. We'll find ways to manufacture it. It's probably always going to be there. But that's okay.
Yeah, lose our name in the straw poll when you're picking names next year, I suppose.
Our colors are red and blue. Our logos,
right. We're in the Cinderella category in the pyramid, using another whatever. I digress. Yeah. My job is to ask some questions that fans want to know. you have Sparky on your quarter zip, and I know fans loved seeing Sparky on the lids for the final 4 games of the season: BYU, Arizona, Iowa State, and of course Texas. Is that something fans are going to maybe start seeing more of in the future? I know that's not just your decision.
Well, I get a lot of commentary on Twitter of like, bring Sparky back. I'm like, where'd Sparky
He
go?
didn't
Like
leave.
he never left.
Yeah.
I love wearing Sparky. He's a big part of the ASU experience. But you know, I think it's important. The Tillman Leadership Council makes a lot of the uniform decisions, and so you know, they definitely understood that we're going to ride the hot hand, and people are responding well to the classic helmet. And we'll have those conversations. You know, we're going through a uniform refresh for next season anyway. That's been in the works for quite some time, and on the heels of this year and really getting more fans engaged and really getting some good feedback. You know, our retail has been off the charts. I think if you were at the bookstore or Cactus Sports or Shields or any place before the holidays, it was hard to find ASU gear because it was selling so quickly. And that's helpful information as we kind of determine what our uniforms look like, and you know, we've got such a strong and proud brand. You know, that fan feedback is super helpful. So Sparky never left. We'll find ways to keep incorporating Sparky. You know, we're proud of the pitchfork. We're proud of, you know, maroon and gold and all the things that we do. So stay tuned. We got some fun uniform ideas in the hopper.
You mentioned retail. I went to do some holiday shopping in between the conference championship game and the Peach Bowl. It reminded me of Arnold Schwarzenegger's Christmas movie, Jingle All the Way, trying to find the toy first. I couldn't find what I was looking for anywhere.
Yep.
But
we're getting it back in.
Good problem.
We sold out on, we're going to get it back in. And that college football playoff is pretty good looking on Sun Devil gear, so we'll keep finding ways to bring more of that in.
And on the streetlight signs as well.
Yeah.
Nobody steal those, please.
Right.
One more for you, Graham, and I was excited to hear the Sun Devil for Life of the week because a smattering of options I can only imagine. You can shout out a few, but who we got for our Sun Devil for Life of the week?
I mean, we have Sun Devils of the month.
Why
as
not?
I think back.
Sure.
So you know, first and foremost, Jake Plummer,
Yeah.
Gus Farwell on the sidelines, very heavily covered, as they should have been. You know, Jake was around all week and interacting with the fans, interacting with our team. Gus came in from Barcelona, did some opera at our New Year's Eve event. You had 2 quarterbacks from that Rose Bowl team together, and it's fun that all these years later they're as tight as they were when they shared a locker room at Sun Devil Stadium, and it's just fun to see teammates come together. I think that Rose Bowl team, there was, you know, Mike Aguirre, Jason Moore, Craig Spann, Terry Battle was there. Keith Poole was going to be there. I think he had a late injury before he ended up traveling. Marcus Williams on our staff, obviously, so really good representation there. Gerald Riggs, who's in the Falcons Ring of Honor, was there with us. That was great to have Gerald a part of it. Number of baseball alums, Eddie Bain and his son Jamie, who both played in the program. Eddie's a Hall of Famer. Went straight to the big leagues. Ike Davis, Jason Kipnis, Connor Davis, Nate Baez, a lot of baseball guys that were there. Seth Donnins is another baseball one. And so the list goes on and on. Even going back to the Big 12 game, Darren Woodson was there, Bob Bruning was there, Jim Jeffcoat was with us as well, and just, you know, these legendary Sun Devils that are wanting to plug back in is so heartwarming. I got a call this morning from Bob Horner, who, you know, Golden Spikes winner, went right to the big leagues as well with the Atlanta Braves, lives in Dallas, and he called to say, I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be a Sun Devil. I live in Texas. I'm surrounded by Longhorn fans, and everywhere I go, people are commenting on the Sun Devils and how proud they were and how excited they were to watch this team play. And so there's just nothing can warm your heart more than alumni and letter winners that are plugging back in, that want to be part of these conversations, that are going out of their way to say how proud they are to be a Sun Devil, and how everywhere they go, people are asking them about the game, and did you see Scatterboo, and how about this coach? And that's just a great thing for our fan base. And so many Sun Devils for life over the past couple of days. Joe Caldwell at the basketball game against Colorado over the weekend, and great to see Joe there. The list goes on and on.
I'm sure there are some you're even forgetting. You just that was an impressive display.
I am forgetting a lot of names, so apologize if you were there and I left you out. But keep coming back around. It means a lot when the current team can build relationships. And you know, I think back to just the moments that have presented itself this year. Brock Osweiler did our game at K-State. Post game, him and Sam Levitt had a chance to meet and share numbers, and now they're connected. And then, you know, obviously Sam's around Danny White on a daily basis. He's got a connection to Jake Plummer now, and you know, you think about the legendary quarterbacks in Sun Devil history, and they're all connected. You know, rappers on a radio call, and so you've got Rose Bowls represented, you've got Peach Bowls represented, you've got the current iteration with Sam, and just It means a lot. It means a lot that they share that bond of being a Sun Devil. They've got the brotherhood of playing football here, but more importantly, Sam is the benefactor of all that knowledge, of all that transfer of info on what it means to be a Sun Devil, what it is to play the game at a high level as he prepares for his own successful NFL career, which is very likely for him. It's just important that he has access to those guys to pick their brain about, hey, leadership, playing at the highest level of college football, the draft process, breaking into the NFL. Can't put a price tag and on the value of those relationships and groups of positions coming together in the way that they're able to.
Yeah, really special to see the Sun Devils, community come together in Atlanta, and really for the past month and a half, like we've said a few times, and that will continue. It's a special group here in Tempe, and just because football's over, we've got some good basketball on the way, gymnastics starting up, baseball, softball not far away as well, wrestling, hockey.
On and on.
So many
tennis is going, golf's getting back into it.
And this is a perfect segue because, like we said, we haven't talked in so long. You want to do this again next week? If you have time?
Let's do it. Yeah, if I'm here, we'll be doing it.
Perfect.
Maybe on the road. I think we got the NCAA convention next week, but maybe we'll shift the schedule around and let's get back in the rhythm.
Maybe it won't be next week, but we will be with you guys against it. I had a concerned
We'll get guest
listener.
speakers, right?
Yes. We had a concerned listener, Brandon Pate, shout out to you, texted me over the holidays and said, "What has happened to the program?
We've
I
been
have
busy.
so missed listening to Graham." He didn't say he missed listening to me.
Hey,
but that's
operations, rings, and banners, right? Like we got to travel around.
There are a few more important things going on. That was my
Big 12
response.
trophies.
Yeah.
If we're missing shows, it's because we're winning trophies and rings. That's our qualifier.
Then I will gladly not sit in this chair. Then that does not matter. But Graham, thanks a lot for coming on today, recapping what was an incredible run, of course, and just the start. You get a sense for this program.
Yeah. Shout out to the fans. Can't say it enough. Can't thank our fan base enough for the energy that they continue to bring and the fact that we're showing what can happen when some of us come together. And I'm really excited for the future of all of ASU and certainly with what we're doing here in athletics.
Special place, special time to say the very least. So for Graham Rossini, I'm Braiden Bell saying so long from the Carson Student Athlete Center. Stay with us for more, hopefully next week on Sun Devil Extra.